Welcome to RIFA Talk. Today we're doing a RIFA Season 5 Gameweek 2 preview. First, we're doing the Serie A. Yep, Serie A first. There's a table right there. Oopsies, that's not what I was supposed to do. There's a table right there. First fixture is Juventus. Nope. Juventus versus AS Roma. Definitely going into this match, I would say both teams are actually not really had a great start. Both are sitting in the Europa League spots. Roma was unlucky with Inter Milan. Juventus got absolutely, I don't want to say absolutely destroyed, but they got beat pretty bad by Fiorentina. But when it comes to attacking wise, I definitely think Juventus has the um, the edge over Roma. I think that Leon has a very mature squad when it comes to defending, but sometimes in attack they can lack a bit of quality. And so because of that, I am gonna say that I think Juventus is gonna win this fixture. I think it's gonna be a close game, and I think it will be 1-0 to Juventus. All right, next one we have going into Spain now. Villarreal versus Sevilla. Here's the table for the um, La Liga. I think it's the Liga BBVA or some shit like that. Nope. Okay. First Villarreal versus Sevilla. Likewise to Roma and Juventus, both sitting in the Europa League spots. Villarreal got beat by. What did Villarreal get beat by? Hold on, guys. Who did Villarreal get beat by? Villarreal got beat by Atletico Madrid. I think it's 5-0. And Real Madrid beat Sevilla 3-0. But when it comes to squad wise, Sevilla doesn't look that good. Dean Winches, I think it's the intern. His secondary job is at Sevilla. That squad doesn't really look like a squad of many talents, but Villarreal obviously looking much better. Yeah, I think this match has been, I don't want to say obvious, but you know, it's not looking too good for Sevilla. I don't think Dean has enough time to get a team that's willing and hungry to play. And I think Sevilla's gonna take the win this weekend. I mean, Villarreal. My bad. Next up, we're at the England Tottenham versus City. Obviously, no, that's not England. All right, obviously. Wow, both teams lost, but City with the new manager of Cheese has obviously brought some big firepower in. Barris, Thami, Risky King, Sato, but they still lost. Still lost, but you know what? Cheese is I'd say Cheese has a pretty good chance of winning this against Tottenham. Their side, obviously Mineri is managing. Been unlucky with Arsenal last week, and very there's some young talent to that team in the Spurs side this season, but enough to beat City. I don't think so. I think their attack is gonna overwhelm Spurs, and yeah. Next fixture we got is Fiorentina versus AC Milan. I'm not going to talk about that one because I am on AC Milan, but you know what? I will talk about that one. Obviously, I would say on paper, um, definitely Fiorentina is going in. with more confidence because they scored a lot of goals last week, and with Book 30 being leading their striking line, I think that AC Milan will have some troubles with Fiorentina. Obviously, with that 3-3 draw against Napoli, confidence isn't as high as Fiorentina's, and yeah, definitely will be a game to watch out for. But I think on paper, if you have to look at stats wise, Fiorentina does have the edge of getting the win. But you know what? I don't know. It's 50-50 on this game. Next match, Barcelona versus Atletico Madrid. Barcelona won. They won, right? They won? Yeah. 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 Barcelona's really good. Pato, Armanoid. You know there's a guy called Armanoid Dude? Like, I was trying to sign Armanoid for my... Alright, I'm sorry, but I have to tell the story because it's retarded. I wanted to sign Armanoid Best on my team, but I forgot. Like I thought that his like I didn't think there would be another Armanoid anywhere. So there's this guy called Armanoid Dude, and I thought he was him. And I hit him up, and he's like, "Yeah, I'll join your team." And then turns out he was like the wrong guy. So I just like banned him. Yeah. Alright, anyways, Barcelona versus Atletico Madrid. JT with the squad of many different players. Uh, EX Nicaragua, I think. EX Liverpool, Nicaragua, and Arhan 01. No time stops. But Barcelona, I'm gonna have to give it to Barcelona. I'm sorry. The Pato and the Yo Fours and the Kongwus and the Scoobies and the Armanoids, you know, it does bits to teams. Next up, we got United versus Liverpool. I don't even think Payda is gonna show up because I don't think he really cares. But yeah, definitely Liverpool have the confidence going in because United didn't even show up to the other game. But you know, even if United came to the game, I think Liverpool would win. I think Liverpool have more experience with the tools, and they're just better, more comfortable in their settings, in the setting that they're in, which is Anfield. Valencia versus Real Madrid. This is actually an interesting one. I think that these are two teams, even though Valencia did lose last week to Barcelona 1-0. I do think that there was improvements between their performance for the 1-0 and the Supercopa performance they had against Barcelona, I think a week before. And Real Madrid, on the other hand, won their game against Sevilla, but I think it was a forfeit win. So they don't really have... I haven't seen Nevisic really play that many friendlies with his team yet in the new RIFA, besides the games that count. I remember playing a friendly with AC against his Real Madrid side. Decent side, but if it's the wrong host, then the team's just gonna lag and it's just really unplayable. So for that, I'm gonna give it to Valencia. I think it's gonna be close. I think 1-0, 2-0. I don't think Real Madrid's gonna be able to score, but I think that Valencia will be able to score because they have more experience with the tools. Alrighty, next up, Schalke versus Leverkusen. Obviously, for Leverkusen, Ikingi Jr., Dorian 38. The big talking points of Gameweek 1. Maybe, debatably one of them. Schalke with the Poiba and his squad. Very strong squad. I think this game's going to be interesting, but I do give it to Schalke. I think their squad their depth is more experienced and, more... I don't know, just I don't know how to describe it because you look at Leverkusen and you really see like two players that really stood out because of Game Week 1, and that's Ike and Dorian. Debatably toward Dorian, right? But like, if you look at their squad, you don't really see that many other players that are like, whoa, that guy's good. Like, but Shaka is like, you have players that are not like super good, but you have like some players that are like, oh okay, he's on the team, so like we gotta watch out for him, and that's like basically the players that make up the squad. So they're more of a team than really Leverkusen is, and I think that's a really big thing. And that's how I think Shaka won the preseason cup or whatever the thing was against BVB. I think they were just more unified, and they've been playing together, and they've been getting some friendlies, getting more friendlies than BVB, obviously. But yeah, I think Shaka will win this one. I think Pogba will take the one. By how much, I have no idea. I think it's gonna be a blowout, or if I'm completely wrong, then Leverkusen is gonna blow them out. Arsenal versus Chelsea. Arsenal with a big win against Spurs for the North London Derby, and then Chelsea with a win against United. I think, yeah, United forfeit win. Arsenal. Neri said that his team basically got robbed last week, but I think Arsenal did take advantage of their the handicap that they had, and really took Tottenham to reality with the new RIFA. But I don't think that they're going to stand a chance against Nuri's Chelsea, because Nuri's Chelsea is a team that's it can do damage to your team if you're not looking out for them and like 100% alert, because they have so many talents in there. Um, I up Huzla, for example, in goal. I feel like Huzla is a world cat, like one of the best goalkeepers right now in RIFA. So yeah, I think Chelsea's gonna blow out Arsenal. Obviously, Arsenal won 5-0, 5-1, 5-0. Yeah, 5-0 or something. And like, yeah, I don't see Arsenal winning this. Bayern versus BBB. Um, I think Bayern's gonna win. I think Bayern's gonna win. I think they won their last game, which was a forfeit, but Dortmund actually let me think about that for a second. I think Dortmund may have a chance of winning because they did beat Schalke, who they lost to in the preseason cup thing, which shows improvement because the preseason cup was before the game against Schalke, which was the league. But Bayern took the forfeit one. Now I know Bayern has a more like in-depth squad, but I think that right now you're looking at depth versus talent. Because with Dortmund you have like Zidane. It was Zidane. You have like Jim Hunter. You have like Solarization and all those people, and like those guys are like just talented road soccer people that know their stuff and they're smart dudes. Oh, wait, I'm the wrong thing. I'm sorry. Yeah, and then you have Bayern, which is also good, but sometimes like they lag too much, and that just gets them. So I don't know. I think I might think it's a draw, like 2-2, 3-3. I see that happening. Maybe. Wolfsburg versus Mönchengladbach. Okay, these teams are both the teams that have no players. Always asking people to sign for them. Man, I don't even want to do a preview for them. I don't even care what happens. All right, next one. Napoli versus Inter Milan. This is gonna be a good game, guys. Look out for this game. It's gonna be a good game. Uh, I can tell for a fact that Inter and Napoli are about the same level. Inter beating Roma, but I think Napoli. I don't know. I would actually have to say that Inter is going in as a favorites, but I actually think that Napoli is going to take the win for this one because I think after seeing Napoli play last week, like I think Napoli are actually a very decent side. Inter, I've seen Inter Milan play. I still think that they're holding on to a lot of road soccer foundations when they play the game. They really haven't adapted fully yet. So that's why I say Napoli will win. I think it's gonna be like 2-1, 1-0. But yeah, Inter with a really good attack, but defense is also decent. But just like a lot of things that they haven't fully gone accustomed to. All right, is that everything? All right, perfect. So yeah, that was a Game Week 2 interview sponsored by RIFA and NeroSports. Even though I didn't get paid by Nero, but you know. Okay, bye.